4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm Caleb. Please like and subscribe.
Welcome back to another episode of Holly. I messed it up.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
take two.
Oh my god!
One take, Greg.
Well, we've been missing you the last 2 weeks. I got used to saying it. My bad.
Try
Go
it.
back.
So we'll just say welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the
Namaste.
chaos,
Namaste.
We're all back.
Greg. Yeah, so welcome back, Holly.
Thanks, guys. I feel like it's been a really, really long time.
It has felt
Yeah.
that way. It has.
Well, I
felt-
mean, it's been 2 weeks for sure.
Yeah.
2 weeks, right?
Yes.
yeah, and I'm not sure
Mm-hmm.
we had a podcast the week before that, if I'm not mistaken. So it might be 3 weeks since you've been on the air. I don't remember.
It feels like it's been a while.
We've missed you, but
Wow.
it was fun getting to pick on Greg without somebody censoring us. So it was good times.
Censoring. I'm a censor.
Is she my protector?
Well, sort of, just because of the sign that says "Be kind." So every time I try to be mean to Greg, and then it says "Be kind" on it. So,
She
Yeah.
is accountability.
so on today's podcast, I'm not going to say exactly when, but we're about to give away $100 today. We are got a lot to talk about because it's championship weekend in the NFL, and I saw our friends over at DFS Mafia already talking smack. That's all right. I had to.
Right, because they're Bills. I forgot.
Yeah,
about
they're
Yeah.
Bills fans, so not everybody can be perfect. It's cool, but yeah. So how was everyone's week? Holly, we know you have been sick. Are you feeling better?
I am. I can't really say that I'm feeling 100% because I have this congestion and cough that just doesn't seem to want to go away. It's like stuck in my chest. And obviously, if you just heard that,
Might
Mike
be.
D isn't feeling so much better.
Probably Mike D's
Aw.
got a cold.
My name's Mike D and I'm about to get money.
Yeah, no, this flu, we think it's the flu just based off of the fact that Mike's D coworkers as well had the same thing. One went into the hospital, tested positive for the flu, and actually just got out. They were in there for about a week. It's something I can't even explain to you guys how much I felt like, all right, this is it for me. I'm a goner. This isn't going to work out.
You tapping out?
Yeah, I mean, even usually like the week before, I wasn't on because I just had a really bad migraine, and when I get migraines, that's it for me.
Yeah,
And they last couple days, if not like 3-4 days. But this one actually was just 2 days, and then bam, I got sick like right after. So I don't know if it was like an indicator saying, okay, you're about to get sick, so I'm going to give you a migraine first. But it was so bad. But I was able to watch some of the podcasts that week. Well, last week I was dead to the world.
Really?
I was not watching anything. Nothing sounded like I even had the energy to watch. Like it was really, really bad. I don't wish that upon anybody. Whatever this flu thing was, gosh, it took me out. It took us both out, actually.
There
Kevin's
it is.
gone.
Yeah, Kevin.
Kevin's
Yeah,
going
what?
out.
Yeah, poor guy. He was, I feel like he was neglected that this whole time that we've been sick because I was scared to get him sick. And so, yeah,
I
now,
tagged you on that post about the pet hawk. Do you think the pet hawk would eat Kevin?
absolutely.
Yeah, so you can't have both. I don't think.
No, I don't. I don't think we could have both.
No.
Those things are awesome and humongous.
Mhm.
Yeah, I actually got a little bit sad when the guy threw the bird out the convertible. I was like, what if he doesn't come back? And
I
then he came
know.
back. So,
Mhm.
no, there's been a lot of crazy things going on. I mean, sickness, but, inauguration day was on Monday. Of course, I'm right in. Hey, Kevin.
Kevin.
He's on
man.
I'm right in the middle of coaching high school girls basketball, and that this week was not our best. snow days and all the sorts of stuff. And then I just got off the phone and found out that my second leading scorer and leading rebounder will probably be out all week because she is nursing a knee.
Oh, no.
So right in the middle of a tournament. So this is going to be a rough week, I think. So we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, I'm trying to take plenty of naps just so everybody knows I'm still getting my naps in.
You're
Yeah,
well
Yes,
rested.
he is.
I'm well rested, physically, not necessarily mentally, but I am well rested physically. So,
Cool.
but AFC and NFC title games. Who you rooting for? Who you got?
For me,
Yeah, because you can root for whoever you want, but
Yeah, I know.
sometimes you may not pick them to win, even though you are rooting for them.
yeah. So I would love to see the Commanders go to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. I have an uncle who, since I can remember, has been a Redskin fan. Just he's a fan of Washington, has always been, and so it's been a very long time for them.
Oh, yeah.
36 years, I think they said, since they've been in the title game.
So I really would love to see them take it all just because they're the underdog. And I don't know, it just, I always root for the underdog now that my Rams are not in there. And I hate the Eagles. I'm not a fan of their fans either. They're like
Yeah.
ruthless and assholes. No offense, Trucker. I'm so sorry.
It's called
Oh,
Trucker
wow.
and A-hole.
You guys, that was, I feel like I jinxed them a little bit because I was so sick trying to watch them. And so like the whole first half of that game, I was out of it. I don't know if I even watched the rest, like the first half. And then the second half kind of, I was in and out between sleeping and trying to wake up to watch it. And it was a good game. They had a lot of odds stacked against them. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Playing in that crazy ass weather too. It was snowing so bad. And I just felt so sad for them because I was like, they're freezing. They don't have long sleeves on. But
Well, that's our own fault. They could surely find
Yeah,
some
I
long
know.
sleeves. So let's talk NFC title game. So who do you think's going to win? Do you think the Commanders are going to win, or are you just rooting for them?
no, I think they're going to win it. I think they're good enough to win it.
Well, I just saw they went for it on 4th and 5 and got it, so they're
Yeah.
in field goal range.
Mhm.
What about you, Caleb? Who's going to win the NFC title game?
I want the Commanders to win, but I think that the Eagles will.
That's kind of the boat I'm in, Caleb. I want the Commanders to win, but I think the Eagles will probably, in a close ball game, will be too much.
Yeah.
What do you think, Greg?
Yeah, I think the Eagles. I think
Is
they're
that who
gonna
you're
win.
rooting for?
Not really. I just think they're gonna win.
All right. Well, let's go to the most important game of the evening of the
Mhm.
slate. Chiefs, Bills. First, who do you think's going? Or I think everybody's rooting for the Chiefs, right, Holly?
Mhm.
Okay. So who do you think's going to win?
Oh, you know what? I honestly, I don't even want to say
can
this
say
out
it.
loud. I don't want to
You
say it
can say
out
it.
loud, but I just
Is it
think
Buffalo's turn?
it. I think the Bills are going to win. I don't want them to because I want to see the Chiefs go three-peat because I mean, when's the last time that's happened?
Never.
Yeah.
Exactly. So how cool will that be? But I feel like the rest of the world they're going for the Bills just because they don't want to see the Chiefs three-peat. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
we
I
have
get that.
we have a follower on TikTok that sends Mike D videos about the Chiefs all the time. So I'm assuming they think that Mike D is one of you guys. But it was they sent this funniest video of how you sack Patrick Mahomes. And it's like all delicate and they like tuck him in with blankets and a pillow. And I wanted to send it to you guys and I kept forgetting. It is hilarious. But yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. You know, the what I've been seeing on X the last couple of days hasn't had much to do with the teams. It's had more to do with like official stats, like how many roughing the passer calls there are and all these different things.
Yeah.
I'm over that narrative. I just want to see the Chiefs go out and win by 30 so everybody can just be quiet.
Oh,
But
that would be awesome.
they don't really do that. I saw a clip from Mahomes in a golf tournament, and it was coming down to the final hole, and the guy was interviewing him while I was in the cart, and he's like, "Hey, are you going to win this?" Or he goes, "I don't know, but I can promise you it's going to be close because that's just what I do. Like it's going to be close. I don't know why I can't blow somebody out,
Yeah.
but I'm hoping today may be the day." With that being said, I am a little bit nervous. I don't know that it's so much that I don't think the Chiefs will be able to score. It's that I think Buffalo's to a point now where if it's 4th and say 3, they're going for it. They're not going to just do what you're supposed to do and punt the ball away. And can we get off the field? Can we keep it 4th and long? Can we keep it, to where they're not going to go for it? I hope so. I think we're going to. But I don't. I imagine if the Chiefs win, it's going to be like a 3-point game, a 1-point game.
It's going to be a close game.
If the Bills win, I could see them winning by 10. It's just the Chiefs don't seem to put anybody out. Maybe this will be the time to do it. I don't know. What do you think, Greg?
I mean,
You're
Chiefs
the-
all the way.
What's the final score?
I'm gonna say 27-13.
Oh, I like that score.
That's good.
Wow. That's 13 points. If
Yeah.
that happens, Greg, I'll be thrilled. Like my nap will be extra sweet at that point. If
Oh,
that
good.
happens. Yeah.
Commanders just got a field goal. It is now 3-0.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see how their
It's-
defense does.
So I'm just watching the what do they call it? The game cast of it. I don't have it on TV. How is the weather in Philly? Is
Oh,
it
it's-
snowy?
I mean, no, not at all.
Okay.
It's
Not
not.
like last weekend.
No,
I think it's warmer than Kansas City. Not by a lot, but I think it's.
I mean, it's
yeah.
probably still cold. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just because it's, cold, but
Yeah.
no, nothing like it was last week.
See, Bearded's with me. He thinks it'll be 34-31 Chiefs or 28-20 Bills. That's kind of where I'm feeling it too.
That's going to
Like-
be like nerve wracking. I mean, even in all honesty, like I am sad the Rams aren't there. However, it makes the games a lot more fun to watch for me because it could
Agreed.
either way.
Yeah.
And
When your team's not in it anymore, it is more fun to watch
it
sometimes.
kind of is, yeah. But I mean, your guys' team and like the Chiefs are kind of like my second favorite team because of you guys. So I cheer for them. But it's going to be a nerve-wracking game. I really do feel like that. I'm nervous for them. I mean, I'm even nervous for Washington right now. I mean, I don't have any like dog in this race, but I'm excited for it. For some reason this year, I feel like it's going to be a very good Super Bowl, regardless who makes it.
Oh, I agree. I think too, like that Sunday night football game is usually my favorite game as long as the Chiefs aren't playing in all weekend, where I can just sit down and relax and enjoy it. And it really doesn't matter who wins. I just want to watch good football.
Right.
But when your team is trying to make history and be the first team to ever three-peat in a Super Bowl, there's a little bit of stress. And then we got I just noticed that a good friend of the show, but a guy that we haven't talked to in a while, Dragon Rider, he's
Yes.
talking about the script
Yeah.
and the Swifties and all that stuff. Now, he knows I love him, but he's also a Raiders fan. So you got to take what he says with a grain of salt, okay?
Wow.
Just,
Mhm.
Raiders fans,
They got
a
a new
little
head coach.
unhinged. If they
Yeah.
get a new head coach, I don't know how much Pete Carroll's going to help them.
I was just going to say that. I
Right.
just saw that they just got Pete Carroll of
Yeah.
all people.
Yeah, I'm glad. So Dragon Rider's laughing, so I'm glad he understands where I'm coming from on that because I don't want to come off as being mean because he knows that we care for him. But I also can't stand the Raiders, although I
Well,
do
hey.
like Vegas.
Hey,
So-
Vegas is
I was
nice.
raised in a household to be a Raider hater.
Me too.
That was the term.
Marty
literally-
Schottenheimer taught me
Yeah.
to hate the Raiders back in the
Mhm.
day.
Why though?
They're
I-
evil.
It was just the rivalry.
Go
And
back
we were-
and watch some of the games in the 70s between the Chiefs and the Raiders.
Yeah.
You'll find out why. It was a bloodbath. Like they just
Oh, gotcha.
basically were trying to maim each other. They weren't, I think they were trying to win football games, but sometimes it was hard to tell. It really
Yeah.
was.
Those were the crazy ones to go to at Arrowhead.
Yeah, and you didn't
those
go
are dangerous.
to LA or Oakland, depending on where they played, because if you wore a Chiefs jersey in their stadium, you might end up getting in a fist fight or somebody dumping drinks
worse.
on you or whatever it was. But yeah, Matt brings up a good point too, that the Chiefs have more playoff victories in the Raiders stadium than the Raiders do,
Uh-oh.
In Vegas. Yeah.
Oh,
because we won the Super Bowl in Vegas and the Raiders have not been in a playoff game yet since they've been to Vegas. So
Wow.
yeah. So there you go, Dragon. There's your stat of the day.
sorry, Trey.
There's some love. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh, Saquon just ran for a freaking touchdown. That
Wow.
guy, he is so good.
He's
I
gonna be
mean,
hard to stop.
he was on my fantasy football league, but he's just so freaking good.
Was that the first play they ran? Was a 60-yard touchdown run?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And he did that to the Rams last week in the snow.
Twice.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Holly, what I saw a deal. It said it showed the first one and then it showed the second one. And it says what makes it so hard to believe that this was in the same game is in the first one, there's no snow on the ground. On the second one, you can't even see the lines.
Right.
And he did it twice. And yeah, he was a big reason why I thought that you might beat me in the
Super Bowl. For
Super
us.
Bowl, the fantasy football championships, but that was one of his only off weeks, if I remember right.
Yeah.
He didn't do. I mean, off for him is like 80 yards, but he didn't score a touchdown. You know,
Well, because he was the reason that I didn't lose worse, honestly, because he actually scored a fairly good amount, but it just wasn't near what I needed. But
because
yeah,
I was too awesome. Yeah,
Josh won, bearded. Josh beat me.
yeah, I won. Holly didn't win.
No, I didn't.
Mm,
Greg didn't play.
It's okay.
Caleb won his league though. Greg,
Oh,
how'd you
my
do in
league.
your league?
I got 5th,
So you suck.
which is the worst. Yes, which is the worst I've done in our family league
Oh,
ever. Usually,
Is
I
that
like smoke
fine?
everybody all the way through, and then I always I get like second or third.
Did your dad
I'm
beat
usually
you?
like, yeah, my dad won it all.
Yeah.
wow.
Yes,
That's okay.
that
Yeah.
makes it worse.
It's time for you to
He's a
retire,
trash
Greg.
talking son of a gun. I tell you what.
Yeah. That's good for you.
Yeah, it is.
So does
I get
that
it.
60-yard touchdown run change either one of your guys' minds on who's going to win this game?
Mm-mm.
No.
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 Okay.
No, I mean, no.
They have one
I think the
play for
Eagles
60
win.
yards.
They need to. They'll figure it out. They'll have to double team Barkley. That's just what's going to have to happen. When that's really who else is on the Eagles?
AJ Brown,
Oh shit, that's right. But
Jalen Hurts, who's
Devin
a little
Montgomery.
tiny,
Yeah, but
who's a little tiny guy. All of a sudden, I can't remember his name. The wide receiver, the other good wide receiver they have. Wow,
I can't
can't-
remember.
I can't remember his name. I have to find out now. Somebody out there surely knows it.
He already said AJ Brown.
I don't know. I like Josh Allen though.
I'm gonna Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith.
Oh yes, he
Yeah.
is pretty good.
Yeah. So I mean, they got weapons.
I know they do, but if they didn't have Saquon, I don't think it would be a match. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know if it wouldn't be a match or not, but that's a guy I don't want the Chiefs to have to play against.
No.
If you look at those two teams when they played, what was it, 2 years ago,
Mhm.
and the Chiefs won, the only difference, I mean, besides Jason Kelsey and offensive lineman, but really the only difference is they have Saquon now and they didn't have him then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you guard all those guys, to be honest with you. So I'm actually rooting for the Commanders kind of for that reason, that I'm hoping that if the Chiefs make it, that's who they play. But I will ask you guys this. If the Chiefs would lose to the Bills and the Bills go to the Super Bowl, do you root for the Bills or do you root for the other team?
Well,
I would root for the Bills.
Commanders. Well, see, it just all depends for me.
Bills.
If
Yeah.
the Commanders go, I will root for the Commanders. If the Eagles go, I will root for the Bills.
Gotcha.
So,
Either way, I'm rooting for the NFC.
why?
Wow.
just like I did with Cincinnati. I don't hate the Bills as much as I hate Cincinnati, but Cincinnati, there's no way I could root for them against the Rams.
Oh, the
I
Bangs.
don't know if that was if we knew you then or not. It had been right around that time, but I don't know.
It was
We might have known you. Maybe we just didn't like you yet.
2021.
Wow.
Was that that was
Yeah, but we would have been.
22? No, if it was, I don't think that we knew each other yet.
It was that year, though.
Yeah.
It was later that year.
Was that
Okay,
year.
that's kind of what I was thinking too. Because Matt had your 100th podcast all plotted out, and it got messed up, and now I have no idea when it is. But anyways, this is season 3, so we haven't quite done it for 3 years yet. We're in our 3rd year, but yeah, I don't think we knew you yet, but it was really, really close.
It was really, really close. Maybe. No, we didn't. We didn't. Not yet.
So I have a couple things I wanted to ask you guys.
Ooh.
First off, this one is a picture. I want to know if you guys have seen this show on Netflix. Have you seen this show?
No.
I've not
saw
seen
the
it, but I've
poster.
thought about watching it.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
what the hell is it? Is it wrestling?
Yeah.
No, it's a show about wrestling, but it's not like a wrestling promotion. It's a scripted like drama series. But I'm telling you what, I started watching it and I could not stop watching it. And it got to end of season
Really?
2 on a cliffhanger. And apparently I found out they canceled the show because of COVID.
Oh,
But Netflix picked it up, and now they're thinking about starting it back up. And if they don't, I really don't know what I'm going to do with myself because it's a really good show.
Yeah.
That was
it
one of
based-
the
Oh.
best dramas I've seen on Netflix, to be honest with you. Not just because I had to do with wrestling, but just in general. It was good.
Great Green Arrow guy. He was the
yeah, I was
star.
gonna say that's why I almost watched it because it had him in it.
Yeah,
But it's good to hear that it's good.
Chris says
It
that
is good.
Hannah loves it, so there you go. There's your recommendation. Hannah says she loves it, so it is
Stephen
amazing.
Amell.
Yeah, it must be
Well,
great.
and for those wrestling fans out there too, CM Punk has some cameos in it. You have AJ Lee has some cameos in it. There's actually some scenes behind that you can look in the background and like anybody that remembers Damian Sandow, he was in it in the background. And who's
James
the SmackDown?
Harrison, the football
Yeah,
player.
James Harrison, the football player's in it. Who's the GM of SmackDown right now? I can see his face, but he's in it. He's one of the background characters. I don't remember his name now, but
isn't there like a whole lot of craziness around the WWE and the GM and the owner, Vince, whatever his name is?
McMahon.
well,
Yeah,
he's
there-
not the owner anymore.
not
He's
there
gone.
anymore.
So is that all wrapped up? Like, because there was like sexual abuse kind of
Yeah.
allegations out there, and I saw that because it was like a huge ordeal, and then I didn't really pay any more attention to it.
So basically, he paid or made promises to pay hush money to people that he was doing bad things with.
Hmm.
And the reason he got in trouble is because he refused to pay one of the women. And so she made it public. And then they came out and found out that he used money from the WWE to pay these women and didn't disclose it to the shareholders. And we're talking about millions of dollars.
Right.
So it was one of those deals where I don't know if it was illegal,
Mhm.
but it was bad enough that got him kicked out of his position. And the same people that own UFC own WWE now.
Oh, I didn't know.
So yeah, but no, if you're looking for a series, even if you're not a wrestling fan, I would say check it out. It's good. Like it is honestly one of the best series I've seen on Netflix in a long time. But then on top of that, I came across a photo on X that I was like, So I want to ask you a question. Do you, Caleb, you and Greg, don't answer this because I think you know the answer. But Holly, do you know who this is?
No.
No?
No, she wasn't like on Total Divas or anything.
No, she wasn't on Total Divas.
Mm-mm.
Caleb,
Yeah, so
Greg,
the next
who is that?
picture.
That's
Yeah, I will in a second.
Flair.
It's Charlotte Flair. That's Ric
Charlotte
Flair's
Flair.
daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's a really, really good wrestler. Okay. I really want you to look at her face, Holly. Like,
Okay.
really look at it. Okay.
I'm really looking.
Now
Okay.
I need you to tell me who is this person.
Shit, it looks like the same exact person.
Well,
Just-
it is the same
has
person.
One just has more makeup on, and her hair is a little.
Their lips are done, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
That chick has had so much plastic surgery, Holly. I didn't even recognize her when I saw her picture online. Like I'm surprised you thought it was the same person, except for it was side by side photos.
Well, it just looks like she did get stuff done to her face. Like she
A
still
lot
has
of
like
stuff.
that same like kind of bone structure and shape of her face, but like
See,
her-
I don't see
her-
this. I don't see the shape really. Like it's a different angle of the picture, but like her eyes don't look the same. Her nose doesn't look the same. I don't even think her jaw
You
looks
know-
the same.
Yeah, and when you watch her though, you've watched her a lot when you've seen her
Yeah.
on TV over and over
Especially
again.
when she was young.
it looks
Mm-hmm.
like she just went through glam. Like they did her
Yes.
all up.
it's stung by a
still
bee.
her. Yeah, I feel like
Mm,
yeah, I can see the same like the
Yeah.
resemblance of each other, but I don't doubt for a minute that she didn't have plastic surgery.
Oh no. Well, she was gone for a while with a knee injury and then showed up. I forget when it was, like sometime last year, and then she got hurt again.
Mhm.
And when she showed up, I was like, is that the same girl? Like, did
Is she
they? Yeah, she's hurt right now. She's probably back next weekend for the Royal Rumble, but which
Oh.
is
Chris
part of
is-
the reason why I thought that she was. That photo came up as kind of as a tease. Actually, I think that may have said she declared, but what's that, Greg?
No.
Oh, Chris said he was a good wrestler.
Like she
You been in
looked,
the ring, Chris?
I'm
Yeah.
the good wrestler
be
with
cool.
like stuffed animals.
I don't know. Something
Yeah.
about cheating on
How
Liv
old is this
Morgan
girl?
or something. I
like,
don't
I
know.
feel like this girl's too old. Like she looks old.
Well, she looks older now, but I mean those photos are probably what, Caleb, 10 years apart,
Probably, yeah.
roughly. Because I was
She's
trying
been
to
around
find
for a
one of
while.
her younger when she,
Yeah,
because she
'cause that was
slowly was
NXT, right?
having,
NXT.
yeah, she was slowly having things done throughout the entire process of it. But the last time she came back, I was just like, man, I almost
know-
feel sorry for her though. I wish she didn't feel like she had to do that.
Wait,
Does
a
that make
minute.
sense?
Why am I just noticing like your guys' names are Caleb Sasquatch, Pickles Cage?
Yeah.
Why
We
am
changed
I
it last week.
We changed it last week.
Yeah.
Then we wondered how long it would take you to notice, and it was about 28 minutes.
I saw Caleb and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Meg says catch up, Holly. Oh, you missed it. Meg was the giveaway winner last week for the
Oh no,
merch. Yep.
Merch. Yeah.
the one person that doesn't deserve merch. Did you see what he said a couple weeks ago?
One
About
person that- wow.
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 What if we don't want merch? Remember? I read all those little comments.
Oh,
Well, it hasn't
Meg.
shipped yet. I can cancel that order.
You're lucky that I was not here because I would have been like, nope. Mm-mm.
Man, Meg, you better go
Be
hide.
kind. Be
Mhm.
Oh,
kind.
I really
gosh.
was. I was like, what? Meg,
on
why
the
would
list.
you want merch? Yes, I was offended.
Wow.
Mhm.
Man. Now I don't know what to do. I'm torn. So should we give away $100?
Is it giveaway time?
Yeah, do you want to hear that? I know everybody loves the logo or the
Oh no.
whatever the thing's called, promo of it. You want to give away some money?
Let's do it.
Or you want to wait till later? Now?
Maybe we'll wait till the end.
Let's wait
Just
till
a bit-
later.
All right. Teaser.
Yes,
Little
yes.
Teaser.
That's what we're going for. Keep everybody wondering.
So
Hmm.
last week,
And then
did
we'll
you
say
guys-
next week.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Just
for-
kidding.
Stay
That's
tuned.
next week.
Did
I'm
you
sorry,
guys
Ollie.
now? Oh my gosh, it's 14-3.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. He's got 2 carries for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I want
John.
the Chiefs game to be.
Yikes.
What did you say about last week?
Okay, so we'll transition a little bit into crypto. Did you talk about Trump coin, Melania coin, all of those coins?
So we talked
Yeah, we
about
did.
talking about it,
Hmm.
and I don't know if we actually really got into it. What do you want to add to it?
Well, does anybody else feel like once that happened, it killed momentum for crypto world,
Yep.
like widespread?
100%.
Like, I noticed that everything dropped. but that the Trump token and Melania were skyrocketing. I mean, I initially saw Trump at like $3, and I was so sick. And because you guys know me, I would have been like, well,
You
let's
would have jumped
go to-
in.
I was so sick. I couldn't even like think straight. So when I'm that bad, I might as well just stay out of crypto because I don't make good decisions. And then I looked again and it was up to $60. I was real butthurt. But I was looking at my portfolios on, my different wallets, and they were all terrible.
Mhm.
And they have stayed terrible. It's not like it's come back at all. It is literally killed the momentum for every single coin out there, including XRP. There has been great news coming out about XRP, but it's, if anything, going down. I don't understand what is happening.
I think it came off as a money grab. And I think it came off and put a sour taste in some people's mouth because it just launched and it was based on popularity. It was based on just that sort of thing, not utility. I think people thought that utilities were going to be the things that got pushed to the forefront when Trump became president. I'm not saying they won't be, but also that being launched, what was it, 2 days before the inauguration? Was it
Something
Saturday
like that.
or
I think it
Friday?
was the day before.
Day before?
I
Okay.
thought so the day before.
I think it was the day before.
Well, it would have been the day
For
before
sure.
our podcast. Not the inauguration was on a
Oh,
Monday.
you know what?
It had
was-
already happened before
Oh.
we got on.
You're right,
Yeah,
Josh.
yeah.
It was, yeah.
Saturday.
Saturday?
So I think people were like, yeah, let's do it. And then the more and more it came out, like I forget what it was, 80% of all the tokens were in one wallet. And so the people that knew were like a little scared. The people that didn't, they were just all in. I mean, we've seen that with people promoting all sorts of different meme coins or whatever it is. And then people, when they really get to know what's happening, they're kind of like, I don't know.
Mhm.
But I think it took a lot of momentum out because I think a lot of people bought these coins thinking we're going to make them rich.
Yeah.
And they probably spent money they would have spent other places. I also think that is another reason why mass adoption is so important, because once there's a mass adoption, it's not going to matter if you have this huge swing on something
Mhm.
like everybody wants the new Trump coin. It's not going to matter because people are still going to continuously be buying the ones that have been mass adopted. So
Well, and
I didn't like the way that came out. I felt like it was like, hey, here we are. And you're right. It's killed momentum and it hasn't come back yet.
no, it hasn't. And I think, but what's also killing momentum is the unknown, because right now, and I'm talking about regulations unknown,
Right.
because now there's a lot of talk about what's going to be taxed and what's not, what's considered a US token, what's not. And I think there's a lot of misunderstanding with Trump included. Because I cannot wrap my brain around, and ever since they started talking about we're going to tax non-US tokens, I can't wrap my brain around how. Because when it's all said and done, blockchain it is not US based. It
Right.
is internet based. So
Yeah.
what I'm buying on what blockchain doesn't really matter, because you shouldn't be able to tell what I'm buying, what I'm making money on, until I put that money into an exchange to get out US dollars.
Right. What if I swap the whole thing to USDC?
Exactly.
Then-
And do it on a decentralized wallet where they can't track your shit.
And
So-
then
and
it's not
everybody-
taxed?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would they know what you made your money on? What token you made your money on? They
Mhm.
won't, because I'm just going
No.
to swap it from my decentral wallet into USDC on Coinbase, Robinhood, whatever we want to say, one of those exchanges, and that's how I'm getting my money out. So you can't. There's so much more they need to look into before throwing out all these different things, because I don't think Trump fully understands how crypto works. And I don't think a lot of people fully understand how crypto works.
Agreed. I don't know that he has to fully understand it. What the actions from the people that he puts in the place are going to be huge, because it's going to be one of those things where the taxing is going to matter, right? I think once they finally figure it out, they're probably going to go, either we're going to tax it or we're not going to tax it. Because like you said, there's loopholes around that. And
So many.
I'm not even the smartest guy in the world, but I could already figure out how to get around that if you want it to be a US based token. Okay. But also like the blockchain technology they're talking about using and the different things with the banks, and none of that's really going to be in full swing until the regulations are put into place.
Correct.
Now they may test things. They may do a few other things here and there may be hype. But I think that's kind of where that market was pre-inauguration day, was all about hype. Because nobody still really knew. Nothing had changed in months, right? It's just the leadership. We knew that the leadership was going to change. But I think when we start getting to the point where we know the regulations, then that's when you're going to see things go crazy. And I really do think they're probably going to do that sooner than later. It's not going to be something we're going to have to wait 3 years for. Right or wrong, I think it's going to be something that's going to be 2-3 months, and we will have an idea.
I agree.
And if that happens, then great. Plus, there's been definitely a bunch of talk about the X payments. And I've heard people say that it's going to actually be an exchange, or everything that you do through X, because he wants X to be a one-stop shop. That everything you do, you'll have to basically do it through, let's just say for Bitcoin, or you have to use Bitcoin or Doge. And even if you don't know you're using Bitcoin or Doge, you are, well, as you're trading, even if you were just trading an X token.
Yeah.
So it depends on what that looks like. But the rumor mill has been coming around that may actually launch within the next month. So I think in a way, those two things are going to get tied together, because either he's already going to have a heads up on what the regulations are. I just can't see him launching it until he knows what the regulations are.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I
So
do.
if that happens, there could just be things just rolling on top of each other.
Mhm.
And we may get into that scenario where you wake up one day or it moves so fast, it goes right past your sell spots or your sell points.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys get into the Trump coin? Did you buy a little bit, or
No, I didn't.
I didn't?
I did put some into Melania.
Is that how you say that?
Melania, I think. I don't know.
That's how I say it.
That's
I
how
thought
that's what I thought it was, Melania.
That's what
Um,
Trump says.
I
think.
is it? Does it? I
I
don't.
don't know. Now
Melania.
that you said that, I really don't know.
I don't know how to pronounce the
Melania.
name.
Melania.
I got in too late on that one, and I actually ended up losing money. I didn't let it go because, like, I got in at, I think it was like $4, and it dropped. It went down, and so I sold out of it because I was like, I'm just going to lose my money. It's not going anywhere. Like, these are. You just go on Twitter and you see, oh, don't get into Melania, put it all in Trump and blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, you know what? This is just all stupid. So I got out of all of them. I'm kind of back in, and I don't know if it was just me being sick, but I'm kind of back into my mode of, if I'm going to buy anything, it's all going to be, XLM, HBAR, XRP. Like, that's where I'm going to put my money again until something else comes out, and the degenerate in me was like, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But no, I think there's just so many unknowns, and the market is reflecting off that. I think people are scared. They don't know what they're going to be taxed on. They don't know, what the best coin, who's going to use what, and all that stuff. So I'm just kind of sitting back watching what happens.
Well, it looks like it launched at around. Well, I have to zoom in a little bit.
I did buy into it thanks to
10
DeFi.
cents roughly.
Mhm.
And then it got to 75, and now it's trading at 29. It's
Yeah.
still got a $5.83 billion market cap.
Right.
So, Greg,
Yeah.
are you still in it, or did you sell it when it went up? Or
I still have some in it. I took my initial investment out,
that's good. Yeah.
but I was actually playing video games with GFi. I was like, 9 or 10 o'clock at night
Mhm.
when it came out. And I bought it within 40 minutes. It was up to $6 or $7.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's when I bought in. Was at like 6 something.
Well, I saw it. It was $3 and like 60 cents because I was so sick, but I had just happened to see somebody post about it. And so I looked, and it was at 3 something, but I was like, no, because then people were coming out saying it was fake, that his account got hacked.
Mhm.
is
Right.
silver. And
That's
so
what
then
everyone was
I was
debating.
just, after that, I was like, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I'm too sick for this shit. And then the next thing I knew, it was like the next day, it was up to $60. And I
Wow.
just was that.
Yeah.
I was already sick. That made me a little more sick to my stomach. So I was like, damn, I could have made kind of a lot of money off this. But
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, I might just be old and cranky, but I'm just kind of done with those sort of coins, and I'm just holding blue chips. And I've got a couple that I really, because I don't want to make it feel like that I'm promoting anything, but I got a couple that I have a reoccurring buy on right now, and the one
Yeah.
I'm buying at the moment, I'm probably just going to keep buying it. But I do think that there are some price points that whenever they get there, that I will be making some major sells in Doge and some others. And I'm thinking about putting all of those profits into Bitcoin, to be honest with you.
I mean, we all have our different strategies. I mean, I don't think
Mhm.
that's
Oh, yeah.
one at all. I am really keeping my eye on XRP because I think that if that XRP is going to be the one that's used globally,
Mhm.
that might be the one to get into. However, they might want to keep the price kind of where it is.
Yeah.
Because they don't want another Bitcoin. Nobody's going to be able to buy a full coin.
Right.
Or not a lot of people, I should say. I don't want to say
Right.
nobody, but not a lot of people will be able to invest like that. So I would assume there's going to be one coin where they keep it around the lower side so that you can do exchanges with that coin.
I've heard people say that, though, but I think we get so fascinated on one equaling a dollar that we have to remember, if it is going to be a global thing, that doesn't really matter.
Too, yeah.
Because I keep hearing people talk about just the average trader. If you could just have 0.1 Bitcoin in 2 years, you're going to be doing just fine. Not like generational wealth, but that you will be ahead of the game. So I don't know. It teach their own. It's
That's kind of like nobody actually knows.
No.
You can see all these,
Uh-uh.
influencers and these big accounts posting, oh, this is this and this is this, and oh, big news. But it doesn't do anything for it. So it's kind of like a wait and see. That is just kind of where I'm at right now. Is I have my beliefs and what I think would best benefit me, and that's where I'm going to go. That's the direction I'm going.
Mhm.
It's completely different than, say, you, Josh, or Caleb, or Greg. Like, nobody actually knows, and so I don't know if there's actually a bad play. I mean,
Mhm.
Well, there will be, but we won't know it.
butthole is going to be the token of the world.
Butthole.
Who would have thought that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pump it up.
But I also think tokens like that make the rest of the world still consider the whole crypto space to be a joke.
Yeah.
That's where I'm kind
There
of
may be money to be made there, but those sort of things keep institutional money away,
Yeah.
I think.
So I kind of want to transition to another thing that happened, yesterday, the day before, a couple days ago. Safe Moon on Solana popped up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. We can call it Safe Moon, right? It doesn't have to be Bruno because it doesn't have anything to do with the other Safe Moon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to talk about Bruno because I think it's hilarious. I think that the Safe Moon on Solana is kind of dying now, which, whatever.
Yeah.
The funniest part of it is it's like dying, but it has like 700 times the LP that the actual OG Safe Moon has.
Yeah.
How
Really?
embarrassing is that? And then the funniest thing is you have these, I don't know, old Safe Mooners, because you have old Safe Mooners and new Safe Mooners just on different chains that are going after each other. Like the old ones are having a complete meltdown because you used my name on my token. And the funniest part is it's doing better than the other one. And when you have $11,000 in your LP, $100 is going to swing that chart one way or another.
Oh, yeah.
You guys know, and
I thought about just buying $1,000 worth of it just so I could say, look, that was me. I moved that.
that was my
and then sell it and go, and that's where I got out.
It is the funniest thing to me because I'm past like caring what anybody thinks what I think about Safe Moon. I don't care. To me, Safe Moon on the BSC side is dead. I don't care how many people are talking about it. When you only have $30,000 in volume, your LP's at, $11,000. Like, you can't really go after somebody because you look stupid. Your coin is dead. All right. And I don't care how many reflections you're getting. It's probably like 5 when there's little of volume. Well, just
even if it was 5,000 and you're still getting less than pennies.
Less than pennies. And I mean, hold all you want, do whatever you got to do. I don't care anymore. I think I look at you and I'm like, I feel sad for you that you still think that this thing is alive. And even if it was to come alive, people are just going to dump over and over again. And so the fact that they're like making fun of Safe Moon on Solana is mind-boggling to me. Like, you do realize that Hank was not the one that started this coin, right? They just gave it to Hank. They gave him like 50% of the supply.
Yeah, and he burned some of it too. I think he burned
a bunch of it. He's giving it away, which, is all great. And, people are saying Hank's a scammer, all this stuff. And it's kind of funny because once upon a time, Hank was on the wrong side of the fence and he did some stupid things. However, that was 3 years ago. If we can't get over that, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. And then on top of that, these same people that are calling Hank a scammer are praising John Caroni like he is the messiah of crypto. And he's actually proven that he stole your freaking money, guys.
Yeah.
True.
Wow.
It's a soap opera.
Gosh. I want to see the Juju video again.
To me, it is hilarious. I did not get on Safe Moon on Solana. I wish I would have. I would have made money. I would have made good money on it, but I didn't. But I
stay away from all that stuff.
It's funny. I love just that I get to sit back and watch this happen and laugh about it.
Mm-hmm.
I am not in that position anymore. Do I have Safe Moon on BSC? Yes, because when it dumps or when it pumps, guess who's the one that's dumping it? That's me. You're welcome. But in all honesty, I have tokens that I wrote off a long time ago that I thought were going to be worth nothing. So when I see my tokens worth $200, I'm like, ooh, that's $200 I didn't have. Let's see how far it could go up. So, I mean, like, I don't want to like rain on your guys' parades, but I'm going to rain on your parade every time it pumps because I'm one of those ones that has quite a bit of tokens that can dump it. And that's the name of the game. Let's just be real honest. That is the name of the game. We're here to make money.
Kevin's excited about it.
Yeah, Kevin and I are little traders.
Yeah.
Like to trade. But I am going to also say, if old Safe Moon wants to try to come back and, do whatever, more power to you. And in all honesty, there's a lot of people who are at least trying to make their projects into something, and you got to give them credit for that. So if Safe Moon still wants to continue with the tainted, they're very tainted by using the name still. But if they're still trying VGX or whoever owns that, more power to you. I hope the best for you. But just know that there are a lot of people who are literally just dumping because they have so many tokens from a long time ago. So it is what it is. But
you can't blame them.
No, you can't. You can't. I mean, think of all the people who lost, how much money they lost or thought they lost, and now they see a little bit of a return. They're like, yes, So I don't know. I'm over the like tearing down Safe Moon or tearing down anybody else. It's more about logic and more about facts for me. And I mean, that is literally all it is just facts. Like, if you really want to look into things, look at the top 100 wallets. That will tell you everything.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and right or wrong, what I've learned over the last 3 years of doing this podcast is the fact that people take things that we say and they take them serious. And even though we do a lot of research that we don't necessarily, like you said, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. So I've learned to choose my words like way more carefully because I don't want, even if I'm willing to take a risk, it doesn't mean that I expect everyone else to be willing to take the same risk.
Right.
And so I don't really show a lot of support for a lot of people, or not people, but tokens. There are people out there that I would support 100%, and you see me repost things, but it's the people, and I don't know. But here's where we just, anybody is out there is just wondering, we meaning the guy that runs the Twitter account or X account for our what we got going on here, Holly and the Pros. It's a wait and see attitude before I just jump on board of anything, because I don't want my name tied to, and it's not because of a reputation thing. It's just that I would feel bad if this looks awesome, and I start retweeting all these different things, and the next thing you know, it goes away, because it did that a couple times, not recently, but over the last few months, and every one of them, although they didn't rug, they kind of just got forgotten about.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, we're just going to stay back. You guys have X too. You can follow whoever you want.
Mhm.
And we may come in later, not to like jump on the bandwagon, but once we realize that everything is above board, and say some nice things about your project. But until that time, we just want to play it safe, because we just don't want anybody getting burned by either things we do say or things that are taken out of context that we say even, so that's just where I'm at with it. And I'm more of a blue chip guy anyways. And you guys know that. Anybody who's watched this show knows that. So,
well, and that's exactly where I'm at now. Like, I support certain projects because of who is behind that project. You are my friend, and I want to see you succeed. I want to see you win. So however I can help, I'm willing to do it. I mean, I'm not the greatest, like, keeping up with things anyway, like, especially lately, but if you need me to retweet something, I will, because I'm supporting you. And the way I look at things is, at least you're trying. You have some of these people, and I'm not going to call them fetters, I'm just going to call them people. Like, you have these people who are knocking on projects, but what are you doing to try to make the space a better place?
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything negative about any of the projects, because I still don't know. I don't want to be wrong that way either. Right. If that makes sense. So
I agree. And so I don't know. You got to give it to a lot of people for at least trying. At least, they're trying to build things. And I really hate to see, the people really trying to knock them down. That makes me sad, especially to the people that legitimately, like, what's wrong with having an NFT project and putting your art out there and all that, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I don't know how. It takes a special person to be able to do that. And so I'm all for it. Now, when it comes to SafeMoon, I stand where I do because of the people who are promoting it, and how shitty of people they are to others and to myself.
And to us. I was just going to say, a lot of those same people are all over the place just bashing us.
Right. So why would I want to be behind a token or support a token where they have shitty people that don't even want me part of it?
Yeah.
That doesn't, so to me, I don't care one way or another whether you thrive or you die. I don't care, because you have shitty people promoting it. So
yeah, it's not going to keep me from sleeping well either way tonight. I'm going to sleep just fine, and I'm going to enjoy the entertainment value of the X arguments over the different things. I just thought it was funny. I actually, when I first started seeing it happen, I was confused. I was like, wait a second, what? SafeMoon's on Solana? Like, did they do something? Did they relaunch it? And then as I started looking into it, I was like, oh, it's not even the same thing. Whereas I do think some of the old SafeMoon people thought that it was the same thing too, honestly, in the beginning, just based on their comments. And then they all realized, oh, these aren't the same. And then people, like you said, got mad because it's the same logo and name.
I saw people saying they need to sue them, blah, blah, blah. Now,
sue who? Yeah, sue who?
You can't sue the people who are just promoting it. Hank didn't create it, so it's not like his name. And the thing is that ties back to the U.S. coins versus non-U.S. coins.
Right.
You can't. How do you know where it was created? You don't know. And so that's the thing. Like, it's kind of funny, like seeing the meltdowns. Like, it's a complete meltdown over a contract.
Yeah.
Like, that's
That's-
what it is, and it's funny.
And
It's
that's
so
a worthless contract. Because I honestly just and where Bruno was 3 years ago, that technology today, I don't think anybody thinks it's going to that's viable. I don't think that's a viable solution anymore. It sounded good at the time, right? But it's not anything that's going to work today. So what's the point?
It's yeah, I don't know. And Meg brought up a good point. Who's going to pay the attorney? VGX, if they want him to
Yeah.
write, is that? And then they're going to be like, well, who even owns it? Like,
Who are we suing?
oh, it is hilarious. It is
That's-
hilarious to me.
Yeah, Matt said, "Sue me for what?" That always reminds me of Rocky V, where the promoter says, "Touch me and I'll sue," and Rocky says, "Sue me for what?" and then decks him. I like Rocky movies. Hey, we've been on there a long time. We haven't even got the Caleb's Choice. You guys ready to? We haven't had this segment in a couple weeks, and we got some really good questions.
It's time for Caleb's Choice.
His choice.
His rules.
All right, it's football themed questions this week for me. But can you name the top 3 quarterbacks in Tecmo Bowl?
So
What,
when you say Tecmo Bowl, are we
Which
talking
one?
about original? Are we talking about?
I think it's a mixture
Super?
of all 3 of them.
Super Tecmo Bowl?
What is Tecmo Bowl?
It's a
What?
Nintendo football game.
The greatest football game of all time, Holly.
When you come to Kansas City, you can play it.
Oh, Nintendo.
The
Nintendo.
NES.
Oh, yeah. I don't
You-
remember. I don't.
How do I mute Holly? How do I kick her off the stage?
Yeah, okay.
Are you talking about
No,
the first one that had like the roster on it? The actual roster?
See, Megan.
That was
Yeah.
NES.
The one that had the names of the players.
I think Matt.
Well, they all had the names of the
Montana,
players.
Marino, and Elway. I think he's spot on with that one.
What did he say?
The original.
Montana, Marino, and Elway.
So I would
Yeah,
say
Montana's
Montana's got to be
number
one. Yeah.
Montana's number 1.
I think
The
John.
other 2
Elway.
aren't.
No.
What about
The other
Jackson?
2 aren't on there.
Was Cunningham one of them?
Cunningham's number 3.
Okay.
Steve DeBerg?
Steve. No, it wasn't
The
Steve.
quarterback I
DeBerg.
always use is number 2.
Bo knows. Bo Jackson. He wasn't a quarterback.
I thought you was it Elway? I thought she said Elway,
Elway
wasn't
was
it?
on
Who'd
there.
you always use? I thought Cunningham was who you always used.
No. So Montana's
Uh,
1, Cunningham's 3. Number 2 is
Warren
this is-
Moon.
oh, Warren
Warren
Moon.
Moon.
That's
Yeah,
who it was.
Warren Moon.
I
Warren Moon.
googled it. You googled it. Huh?
I swear to God, I did not.
Oh.
I used
As
to
soon
play
as he
that all
said
the
it, though, I
time.
was like, "Oh yeah, Caleb was Warren Moon all the time. He
Yeah.
loved Houston.
I used to play that religiously.
he
all
loved
the
the
time.
Oilers.
I'm sure my brother did. I don't think that I did. I
Well,
was
you're
Okoye.
less cool today, Holly, than you were yesterday.
know.
For me
I should
knowing
just
that.
have
Just
our
saying
old
that.
Nintendo and play it. I wonder if
Christian Okoye was the like beast of the game though.
Nobody is
Like-
better than Bo Jackson in
Bo
the
Jackson,
original
he
one.
gets-
Bo Jackson was good, but everybody just bounced off Okoye. Like
Until
you
he
couldn't
got hurt.
tackle him.
Holy
Until he
shit!
got
oh,
hurt.
Touche, he would get hurt.
Commanders just scored. It's McLaren just scored. They're playing hard right now. They're
Well-
they actually, if they go for 2, they could tie the game.
sweet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I saw that they got a sack and then they missed the field goal because they got pushed back.
Mm.
It says short pass to the middle for 36 yards. He must have done a lot of running after the fact.
Yeah. He's fast. He is so fast. I
That's
like
an interesting question. The Caleb, this is one of my favorite games of all time.
That is one of the best for sure.
Yeah. All right. If Kansas City wins the Super Bowl, does Kelsey retire?
Yes.
I think he will, because he still has 1 more year on his contract.
Oh,
I think if they win, I think he retires too.
I do
I
think
would-
he'll retire.
Okay, I
would
say
bet
this
on that.
with one little side note. If he breaks Rice's records and they win the Super Bowl, I think he retires for sure. Because he only needs 2 touchdowns to break Jerry Rice's postseason remark and like
120 or
100 and some yards to break his yardage. He's already got catches. So I think if he breaks both those records and they win the Super Bowl, he retires because he wouldn't even need to go to the Super Bowl next year to break those records. Like, as long as they got in the playoffs in one game, he would probably break those records if we win today. Because he's surely going to get
What if
something.
he loses today? Is he retired? Does he come back?
No, I think he comes back.
I do too.
And I think the Chiefs win the Super Bowl next year, and then he retires.
Damn. You think they're
Yeah.
going to come back next
If they lose this
It's
game,
scripted.
they are going to be super motivated to fix their offensive line problems, and those guys are going to want another title. I'm not saying it's just easy to get,
Rice
but
will be back. So
Rice will be back, and who depends on if we sign another receiver. Worthy will be another year. I wouldn't be surprised if Kareem Hunt doesn't come back just to be our backup running back. I just think we could be stopped, but we need some tackle help. That's been our Achilles heel, even last year. But we were good enough to overcome it. So
I like Kareem Hunt. I know he's
I do too. He's a bowling ball.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
he
like
is.
him too.
so tough. So
But
tough.
he did those things many years ago, and the Chiefs cut him in the middle of the season because of
I
it.
know.
At
I-
some point, you have to forgive people for their mistakes, especially when they don't keep making those mistakes.
The
Yeah.
memory's not
There-
kind of though.
That's the thing. Is like the internet never lets you forget your past, and I think that's the
Yeah.
shittiest thing in the whole world because
Mhm.
we all have past. Now, some are
Right.
not as terrible
Agreed.
as some others, but at some point we have to be able to move on and let people learn from their mistakes and come back and be a better person. And I feel like the internet does not allow us to do that. They
Right.
really just keep you back. Like, I feel like we, as a community, really hold people back by
Yeah.
constantly bringing up the past.
I agree
Yeah.
with you 100% because
it's
it's
full of hypocrites.
you have to let people change. People
Yeah.
are willing
You
to change.
have to.
And I would agree with what you were saying there. There are certain offenses that are going to take more time for me to believe that
100%.
you've changed. If you steal $10 from me, it's not going to take me very long to trust you again. If you do something stupid, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
It may take years. Like
And
basically,
sir,
like Kareem Hunt, what he did was very stupid. Violence towards women. And
never. Yeah,
the-
there's no
it's
defense.
not happened again. And
The
that
main
was
reason he got cut though is because he lied to the Chiefs.
Lied.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
They brought
lied.
him in and talked to him about it, and he's
They
not
were
going
gonna
to do anything.
they were going to send him to counseling and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
he said I didn't do it, so they stuck up for him. And then there was video service, and like, you're not a part of this
That's what-
organization
that's
if you're
what
not going to
I
be
think
the
of.
yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is like, but do your time, whatever it
Yeah.
may be, rehabilitate yourself so that you
Mhm.
don't do things again. And then that's where it's like, okay, we got to give them a little grace after that.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree
Yeah, it's like-
100%.
Then they
Regardless,
cut
what he
him.
did doesn't take away the fact that he is a freaking beast.
Yeah,
Doesn't
Right.
take away that fact. I mean,
Yeah.
he really is. I
But-
like him.
Also,
I do too.
A good player. Let me take that back. It's not that I like or dislike him. I think he is a great player.
he also lost out on some huge opportunities because of his stupidness, and
As he should.
he would have been probably the Chiefs' all-time leading or
Uh-huh.
close to all-time leading rusher. He would have 3 Super Bowls right now because people forget we cut him in his second year, I think it was.
He had a
And-
lot of steam behind him.
He was an
That's right.
awesome rookie.
Oh my gosh, I know, because he was on my
Yeah.
fantasy for the longest time before that happened.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
I
and
like a good redemption story too, though.
I do too.
I love it.
I do too. Yeah, no, lying is terrible. It is terrible. However, we all have to remember we lie all the time, whether it's purposefully or not. We are not we all are at fault.
We're not innocent.
for lying. Innocent lying is still lying.
Right. We're
Mhm.
not all innocent.
We're not all innocent. Nope, we're all at fault. Remember
Mhm.
that.
Well, I think it might be a little bit different if I told you I lied to you because I said I liked your dress than if I lied to you that I beat women
Oh my God. I know.
Okay.
I mean,
So,
yeah.
there's a little bit
There's a little
deeper
bit,
here.
there
I ain't going
is.
around town lying to
There
people.
is.
I got my wife locked up in a closet. I've been beating her with a baseball
But-
bat. You know, I'm not.
Yeah.
But I
And
get what
people
you're
have
saying.
things in the closet, you know. People have things in the closet that only they know about. So,
Yeah.
True.
you know, to just
I
like
mean,
you said,
yeah, I just-
to hold somebody. At what point do you?
I don't
forgive
want to
somebody,
know
or
what's
do
in
you
your closet,
forever?
Greg.
Are you sure?
I'm sure I don't want to know. I'm
You'll
sure
find
I
out.
don't want to know what's in your closet.
You'll find out.
Let's go to the next question.
It'll be.
Okay.
know
Top
what's in your
5 roughing the passing calls per 100 attempts. So what quarterbacks are ranked the highest in getting the roughing the passing call?
Mahomes, number 1.
No, he's on his
Brady.
bottom
way.
Stop it. I don't
Brady.
know. Yeah, Brady is definitely
No.
up there, huh?
line.
No.
Are you talking about this year?
They're active
Oh.
quarterbacks. I don't know.
I
if
would
it's
say
this year.
Josh Allen has to be one of them.
Josh Allen's number 1. He's 94% of the time he gets roughing.
Joe
passes.
Burrow.
Joe Burrow's not on there.
Stafford.
Stafford, nope.
Oh, good. Hmm, I don't know.
Number
oh,
2.
what's his face from Carolina? What's his name? Cam Newton.
Oh no, this is this year. I think
Oh,
it's
this
this
year.
within this last couple of years.
Oh.
Because all these guys are playing now.
I'm thinking
Rodgers?
quarterbacks.
What'd you say?
Rodgers.
No. Number 2's tied with Watson and Golf at 78%.
Carr.
No.
Oh, Derek Carr.
Love.
What?
No.
What the hell, Caleb? We're naming every team. Who
No,
are
you're
we
not.
missing?
It's probably
You're
somebody
missing
obvious.
Kirk Cousins is number
Oh.
3.
Oh,
Kirk
Cousins, that makes sense.
Baker Mayfield is number 4.
Oh.
Uh,
And then Russell Wilson's number 5. And then
Oh yeah,
Mahomes is
now
6.
that you
gosh.
say it, I'm like, oh yes, that makes
Okay.
yeah, the whole
Those seem
narrative
legit.
between Mahomes gets all the calls. Go back and look at all those stats. It's not.
Well,
There
and
is
his
a-
percentage is only 63% compared to the other
Oh.
guys. So
Yeah, because
so,
number
yeah,
one was
Josh
90.
Allen's 93.6.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens today.
Tua.
Go Chiefs.
Tua.
Yes.
All right, you guys ready for Holly's question?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not
Oh.
sure we're gonna get through it.
There you will. You could do it. What superpower do the other 3 members of our podcast each have?
Are we
Superpowers.
supposed to answer
We're not supposed to give that a secret.
for each?
Yeah.
For everyone else,
Oh,
besides yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Except,
you'll go. Great. Here we go.
no, I'll go.
Yeah.
I think Josh has the superpower of logic. I think that Greg is completely opposite of that. Greg has the power to see things that are illogical by far. Like, and you actually think or believe that some things actually could happen, whereas Josh sees it for what it is, and that's what it is. Like, he doesn't conspiracies, for instance,
It's black and
Concrete.
white.
right at him. But if you need like to get some logic advice, you go to Josh. If you need some what if this happens, you go to Greg.
There you go.
And you need that balance. I feel like
You know what? I think that's
Yin
great. I
and
want all the what if people to go to Greg.
yeah,
I'll
and then
bring them all.
Caleb
Bring 'em
has
all.
just the rational. I feel like he's just so rational about everything. But if you think like Josh or Greg, Caleb's right in the middle of that. He does it. He's like, whatever you want to believe, that's great.
So
You
did
do
Caleb
you.
threaten
You do
you,
you.
Holly?
No,
Is that why you said that? Did he threaten your life behind camera?
Caleb would never. He would never. That's like his secondary power.
He
Is he's
could
a giant.
do
So
that if he
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to, but yeah.
yeah.
He holds the ballots.
You 3, it really is. Josh is logical. Caleb's in the middle of you can take it for what it is, whatever you want to believe. And Greg is very
Goofball.
if you need some off the wall advice, you go to Greg. He has that power of being, well, it could be this. It could be the aliens outside. I
In the
don't know.
meantime, while you guys are having that conversation, I'm gonna be taking a nap.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's true. So you have to come to me.
Mhm.
So I don't understand how. Well, I don't want to say I don't understand, but those weren't the type of superpowers my brain was thinking of.
Oh no.
Like you
not
mean like
real.
things where we're like really good at?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Greg really good at anything, Holly?
Wow.
Wow.
If I talk like
That
this,
hurt
can
his
Greg
heart.
still hear me?
He's got douchebag power. I'm just joking.
Yeah. For people that don't ever really like know us, I think a lot of people think Greg and I hate each other, but it's just
Probably.
our
Good for Bill.
relationship, sort of like we love one another, but we always give each other a hard time. And if we didn't, I think, well, how do you put it, Greg? If I didn't give you a hard time, you'd be worried.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I
So-
think something's
I would
really
be
wrong.
worried.
If you were joking with me.
Same.
I bet. What did I do?
What the hell?
You're not hazing me, man. What?
I like. So here's the greatest answer of all time.
Skinwalker.
Girl.
Holly's a skinwalker.
No, girl.
Is that your secret in your closet, Holly, that you're a skinwalker?
Mhm. I can morph into whatever you need.
Ooh, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I also
Dungeon
like
master.
what Meg had to say. Caleb would only hurt Holly by accident, which is still not a 0% chance.
This is true.
It's like stepping on a chihuahua. You know, sometimes that happens. You know,
Mhm.
that's hilarious. I don't know superpowers because I was thinking like, which ones would they want, not what they do.
Okay.
See,
so
there's
what-
that logic in that again.
Exactly. There.
There it
See?
is.
See?
Because I don't really think of superpowers or logic being a superpower, but I understand what you're saying.
Dang, this
It
is
100% is. I mean, it's not the obvious superpower like like to be invisible or those kind of superpowers.
You mean
No.
the cool kind?
Yeah, well, the make believe, those aren't real.
Ask Greg.
Oh, see, I know. He will probably
He just crushed Greg's feelings. He's gonna cry himself to sleep tonight. I don't know. I think that I think if we're gonna go down that route, I think that even though you have the sign that says be kind,
Mhm.
like that's Caleb.
I agree.
Like that's the Caleb that he's kind to everyone until he's not. But
Mhm.
yours, Caleb's is a switch like this. Like yours is your switch kind of slower, where Caleb's just going to be kind until he can't take it anymore, and then he's going to crush you. I think you're feisty, Holly, where you are kind. You have a good heart, I think. And it's been awesome getting to know you, but you're feisty. Like
Very.
you're the feisty one of the group, more so than even Greg. Greg
You
just
are
thinks he's
feisty.
feisty.
I,
Yeah,
you know what?
she's
I
feisty.
would agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
100%. Like don't mess with my family, friends, or myself. Like
are we your friends?
yes.
We're family.
yeah.
Somebody
It's a
say
be kind.
Somebody talk smack about us so Holly can beat you.
Yeah.
I think with Greg though, my always thought process is like, I don't know if it's less about personality and more about just being able to. He's just a dude that I can always bounce ideas off of,
Yeah.
and not really conspiracy theory ideas, but just like how many 4-hour phone calls have we had about the dumbest crap that turned out to be something awesome by the end of the conversation, if that makes sense.
Yeah. There's been
So,
quite a few of those.
There's just a few things, and actually all of you guys are that way where, I mean, there's not very many people I'll spend 3 hours or 4 hours on the telephone, but 3 of them are sitting on the screen right here. And
Mhm.
we've all been to that at some point. But I think that Greg is one of the least judgmental people I've ever met in my life. If that makes sense.
I love that.
I
That
don't
makes
think
sense.
like he doesn't really judge anybody, even when they need to be judged. Like
I'm
I'm
not
like,
a Judge Dredd. Huh?
you are
I'm not
an
the-
idiot, Greg, for not saying
Yeah.
exactly what it is. But so I don't know. There's a little bit of that in the way I see it. I don't know.
Wow.
Just trying
I
to
like
fill
that.
time.
Yeah.
That's a good question. That's an easy question, but a hard one all at the same time.
Yeah, I think maybe we should almost get back to her on that.
I was gonna ask if that was okay.
What?
Like, can I answer next week? so I can write it down.
I'm gonna write it down. Make sure you don't forget. If you're gonna push pause,
I will do homework.
yeah, Greg's got homework.
That way I can articulate it better.
Yeah, because I won't be able to do that. So
No,
I'll say what Avenger you guys are.
All right, which
Yeah.
Avenger are we?
Okay. I'll say Josh is Captain America, Greg is Iron Man,
Ooh,
and
Oh.
Holly is Black Widow.
I was gonna say
Yes.
Black Widow.
I would, yeah.
I would have thought. I think Holly's Ant-Man,
Oh, that would be cute. I would love
Oh yeah.
Ant-Girl.
Man.
No, I think like I don't know. I think with the be kind, it's I've said this how many I can't even tell you how many times, but it's a reminder for me because of the spicy in me.
Because you need the reminder.
I do need the reminder because I tend to, yes, I like Harley Quinn too.
Harley Quinn's again.
Harley
yeah.
Quinn is
Good
awesome.
DC. Yeah.
I just have a really hard time with the BS.
Mhm.
And I have a really hard time not calling you out on BS.
Yeah.
And so there are times where I'm like, okay, Holly, just be kind. And it's a reminder. Like, however, if you are part of my circle, I am the kindest and I will do whatever I can for you in however that looks, whether it's helping you out money wise or helping you out just by listening. I will always be that. Like I'm my inner circle, other than, Mike D, he kind of gets like the feisty Holly, but I try to be kind to my people as much as I possibly can.
That's
good.
fair. I think
Yeah.
that's fair.
But outside of my circle, oof, good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. No, I don't know. I try really hard to be nice, but
I think he
You're
succeeds
nice.
most of the time.
Hmm.
Better than Greg.
it's
See?
kind of funny.
He does love me.
You
He
guys,
does
I
love
woke
you.
up and chose violence the other day. I wasn't feeling great, but I chose violence, and I was like sending out my favorite little meme. That says, I fart rainbows, shit cupcakes. And like I did this Disney
Yes.
princess flipping somebody off. I chose violence the other day, and I was like, what got into me? I don't even know.
Tequila, Holly?
I don't know. I haven't.
Wow.
Holly hasn't came out for a long time, but yeah, I woke up and saw like somebody being mean to Interlink, and that was it for me. I
Yeah.
was like, you're not
You
going to
wanted-
be mean to my friends.
So Batman's justice. You wanted justice, and you were vengeance at that moment.
Was bad. I
That's,
need to not.
I
choose
get it.
violence. Yeah.
Well, we also haven't had a cryptic corner in a while. Are you ready for that, Greg?
Oh,
I
are you
am.
doing
I
that?
will. So I'm going to come back next week with more detailed report about you guys.
Okay.
But I love each and every one of you for the genuine you.
Oh,
What? You broke up. We
Like-
couldn't hear you.
Really? Really? Oh, you dog.
Say it again, Greg.
No. I love each and every one of you for who you really are. You know what I mean? Like deep down.
Right here.
who were really
With the grittiness or greatness, whatever comes with it.
Greatness.
Pass.
Yeah. So there you go.
There
you
you
got
go.
to
I like
take
it. I
everybody
like it.
for who they are.
Mm-hmm. The realness.
That's true.
But
Sorry, Greg. Were you still talking?
I expected it.
Oops.
Trust me, I was kind of hoping you were going to cut me off because that's just great.
No, I
But
thought
yeah.
everyone was done talking, and then as I hit the button, I heard this. Oops.
I can't not, no, it's got to go down that way.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So,
Oh my goodness.
Eagles scored again, 20-12.
oh,
Saquon.
All right.
all right. So, yeah, haven't had a real cryptic corner in a while. But today we're going to talk about the Ark of the Covenant. I don't think I've ever talked about. Oh, you don't have to do that yet.
Oh well, good.
Hey, Greg.
What?
Freaking me out a little bit.
It's like, whoa.
I don't think we ever talked about the Ark
No,
Covenant?
not that I remember.
I don't think we
I
have.
don't know.
Do you guys?
Oh, we've
think
talked about it. I don't know
it's-
if we've done it on the podcast.
Yeah. Do you guys think it's still around somewhere?
Yeah.
I don't know how you would destroy it, but
Right?
yeah. So yeah, somewhere.
Hmm.
Did you guys see dragons? Hasn't said anything this whole time, and look, it's the first thing he put in here.
Ah.
That's hurtful, Dragon.
That's because he's a jerk.
Wow. Yeah.
That's why I took him out of the giveaway possibilities too. Oh, we still need to do that, by the way.
Yeah,
We're gonna get off the air and forget to draw because you guys wanted to wait. All right,
Ethiopia.
So do you know where it's at, Greg?
No, but I do have a video. So
It's in
We'll watch the-
Ethiopia.
see, I think so
Ethiopia?
too. I think so
Oh,
too. But
my
everybody
sister
has
said it's in Ethiopia.
Let's go get
everybody
it.
has their theory. So I got a
Okay.
couple of videos real quick.
Oh, cool.
Did you know that the Ark of the Covenant has been found? Now, this all started because of a guy called Kevin Cash, whose goal in life it is to prove that the Ark of the Covenant has actually been found. It all started back in January 6, 1982, where a guy by the name of Ron Wyatt said that he found the Ark of the Covenant. And he said it actually went further and proved that that was the exact location of Jesus' crucifixion. He was doing biblical excavation in Jerusalem. And to make a long story short, he ends up finding under this massive hill this golden box, which was the Ark of the Covenant. And it had a crack on top with a dry red substance. And he actually passed out when he realized it was blood. Because you see, in order to fulfill the Old Testament laws, the blood of the sacrifice had to be applied to the mercy seat of the Ark of the Covenant. And so he says the blood of Jesus literally dripped down from the cross onto the actual mercy seat, which would fulfill all the law. If you agree, type amen in the comments.
Carson here, aka Forbidden Knowledge. I'm here at Elephantine Island in the underground area under an amazing temple. This temple is one of the only ones in the world that has a place where it's set up just to hide an underground cave. And this cave, which you can see is amazing, used to house the Ark of the Covenant. They actually sat down here, and what's interesting about this is there's magnificent, massive pieces of granite that are housed down here to hide the signature from the energy emitted by the Ark. There's also the actual table or stone pillar that it used to sit on right here. Now the Ark is still here on the island, but it's been moved to another location where the energy signature is being dimmed so that nobody can find it.
Hmm. So, think it's in Ethiopia?
I don't know.
He
Mike
does. See, I've seen a lot of things that says it's in Ethiopia too, but everybody has their theory of where it's at and that they've seen it. But
Can I see it? I want to see it.
Just like
I-
Greg's house.
Yeah, right.
oh, you're muted.
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
I think biblically wise, I don't think it ever tells us what happened to the
The
Ark, but at some point the temple in Jerusalem was destroyed, and I can't remember if that's where the Ark was when the temple was destroyed or not. I don't remember what it says about that because I don't know. That's always just been something that I left to Indiana Jones.
Yeah, right. That's kind of what spurred
Because
all
the
this.
presence of God was in the Ark of the Covenant, but it is no longer in the Ark of the Covenant. So it's really not, I don't know why it'd be radiating any powers
Hmm.
or anything because it's not still in there.
You don't think it's radioactive? I
Mm,
mean, I don't know.
I don't think so.
Well-
It's made out of gold. I mean,
Yeah.
you can
You-
go in the Bible in the Old Testament and you can see the exact well, not exact because it's not the same units of measurement that we use, but you should be able to tell pretty much what it's made out of and roughly how big it is. Because is it Trump that has a replica
Yes.
of Ark of the Covenant in his yeah.
I was getting ready to bring that up. Yep,
Yes,
at
yes,
Mar
it's
It's
Largo.
super weird because there's
Yep.
rumors that a long lost relative of his actually found the Ark of the Covenant, and that's not
And they're-
it, but that's why they have a replica of it.
Or there's also the idea that they're calling it a replica and it's actually it. So there's that, like the whole reverse.
Could be
like,
because
don't
I don't think that with the presence of God still not in it, I don't think that it would be having these weird like heat or energy signal or signatures like it might have before.
Mm.
You know, you
Yeah.
talk about the shroud of Jesus.
Mhm.
Yeah, Shroud of
Yeah,
Turin.
so what they're talking about is like you can see the face and stuff. I think we've talked about this before, maybe last week. I don't remember when it was. But what kind of energy does it take to bring you back to life?
Right?
So I could see why that may have imprinted the features of Jesus on the cloth because, you know, I don't know what it looks like to come back to life. Okay, we're not saying that, but I could see that. But I don't know. I do believe it was a historical thing, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. It's not just a biblical thing. It's a historical thing that many religions would say is real. It's just that I
Right.
don't know if it's still around or not. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be nice to just know, wouldn't it?
I think some of that
A
stuff.
whole lot of stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nice to
how
just
did
know.
the Eagles get the ball back when it was 20?
Fumbled.
Oh, they fumbled the kickoff.
No, it was just
Oh.
a play.
That's no good because now they're going to score again. It's going to get out of hand.
Oh, was that
Oh,
Ertz?
bearded. Yep.
Is that Ertz?
think that's the center.
Oh, the center. Oh,
What
yeah.
else about the arc, Greg? I didn't mean to change the subject of the football game. I just glanced over and noticed the Eagles had the ball back. I couldn't figure out how that happened.
Bearded said it was on the kickoff. I didn't. I thought it was a play.
Oh, that stinks.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It happened really fast. That's all I could tell.
Matt, zip it. I hope you found your mug.
Drink out of your
No,
mug.
it doesn't change faith. I just want to know.
Oh shit! He's
Bearded thinks it's on Malta. Or no,
Wait.
Meg thought it was on Malta.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't have anything more on it. I was just curious.
No, the
what-
thing about
what
it
you
though
guys
too
thought.
is you're talking about all these years. You know, if you believe in the things that happen in the Bible, do you also think that it's possible that there is a God that could cover up anything that he ever wanted to, and that you won't find things that he doesn't want you to find?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's possible, right? So I'm not. If he wants to reveal it, I'd be super curious to see it. But
Well, if the end times, you know, the temple being rebuilt kind of thing,
mhm.
what if that is really the ark and this is part of the third temple being rebuilt?
I don't think the ark's going to be the temple.
No, it'd be delivered
Part of
to
it, you mean?
the
Oh,
temple. Like
possibly.
you know, it's built again, and this was the real one the whole time, and now it has a place to sit again.
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of
According
scenario.
to Indiana Jones, it's in a warehouse somewhere
Warehouse 13, I
Yeah,
think.
something like that.
with
Yeah.
a million other wooden boxes.
Yes, yes. That's
Yeah, that's funny.
This guy.
like the Great Library of Alexandria, kind of thing.
Interesting how those things are no longer, and you can't find like what was the other one? The Hanging Gardens of Babylon,
Yes,
things like
Yep.
that. And
Wonders of the world.
they
Yeah.
think they know where it was at, but they're still not 100% sure. It's super odd to me that those things can just disappear.
Yeah,
But-
just like that,
Don't mow your yard or do any yard work for a year and see what your house looks like.
right?
It don't take
Sure.
long for Mother Nature to take back over.
Like
Yeah.
the Hanging Gardens.
It's true.
All right.
But
It's
that's
been
it.
an
That's
hour and a
That's-
half.
On me,
What's that?
I need a nap. Meg said
You
you're
need a
rubbing off of me. Holly needs a nap. Josh is rubbing off. You know, it's so crazy. So since I am like a morning person, like my eyes wide awake 5 o'clock in the morning. That's just I've always been like that. Ever since I got sick, I've been sleeping till like 8:30. And I'm like, what is happening? That's never happened to me before.
your
Hey.
body needs rest.
That's
I
not.
just can't.
That's not sleeping. In.
Gee, that's
Yeah.
not sleeping
It's
in.
not sleeping in.
It's sleeping in
It's
for me.
per-
I'm not sure I saw 9 o'clock at all this whole week. I
Dang.
think I slept till.
What?
Oh, I didn't
How do
oversleep.
you stay up late?
I didn't
Joe?
oversleep.
Yeah, I didn't oversleep. I slept just enough. Just no alarm.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Being semi-retired is pretty awesome.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
You've been staying up really late though. Is that why you've been sleeping in? Or no?
Sometimes.
10 o'clock?
Yeah. I don't sleep well on
Really?
game nights, win or lose. No, not 10. It's usually like 1.
Okay.
I'm like 9:30. I go to bed.
Me too. That's what I am. Like 10 is pushing it. I am.
Yeah, I rarely go to bed before midnight.
Mhm.
I can't handle it. The weekends I can stay up late. I can't do it if I have to go to work the next day.
Depends on if, yeah, I'll leave it alone. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. That's just mean.
What?
Trying to have a little bit more of a filter, except for when it comes to Greg.
Oh, we
Oh.
have a giveaway.
Direct-
I was just going to say, are
It's
we
giveaway
going to,
time.
I'm trying to like send the message through without saying anything. Like, are we going to like fake
Yeah.
forget that we're
We're
giving
like
away
super
something?
long.
Let's put it to
It's
bed.
An hour and a half.
All right, let's
Yep.
give it.
It
Let's
is
do
super
this.
long.
Mhm.
Let's do the giveaway, and we won't even do put it to bed. We'll just do giveaway stuff, and then we'll leave.
No, all right.
Okay.
It's giveaway time.
It's giveaway time.
It's giveaway time.
Ah, giveaway time is my favorite.
It's not my favorite.
It is. It
Not
forever
anymore.
is. We have video proof.
She
Audio
chose
proof.
violence.
Yeah. So we talked about it. We put a tweet out there last week, and that tweet actually got quite a bit of engagement. I think it was over 12,000 engaged into that tweet. There's been a lot of people that are entered into it.
Mhm.
And honestly, right before we did the podcast, we did the drawing. Are you ready for the winner? It's new friends. I don't know who this person is, so it's going to be new friends.
Yay, Mickey.
Mickey.
Mickey,
Lucky
is that how you
baby.
say that?
Lucky
Lucky
baby.
baby X2 is the winner. So I'll reach out to her and let her know and get that squared away. Maybe before the Chiefs game. No, probably tomorrow. I'm just gonna be honest. It's probably gonna be tomorrow.
What is it? $100 and what?
Don't know. I'll talk to her and see what she wants. It might just be cash. Might just be Cash App. So we'll just see kind of what she wants. But it's just one of those things we want to be able to give back once in a while and just say thanks and hopefully make somebody's day. And it's nice to be able to do that once in a while. So won't always be every week, but who knows what happens if we get some more revenue out of YouTube or X or whatever, maybe give away a little bit more money and see what happens. So
It's been a while. It has actually been a while for us.
it was early November, I think, because I was going back to the oldest giveaway, and I think it was early November or late October, I think was last time. So yeah, it had been, holidays kind of got in the way, and then people got sick and that sort of stuff. So I'm trying to dodge the sunlight as it's peeking in through the window.
I see that. Yeah.
I know. It's
Earlier.
like the sun came out today. It hasn't been out in like 3 weeks, but
Yeah.
Go.
do you guys have
I
anything
had that
else?
problem too. I put that film over it.
Yeah, I need to on that window. I need to, especially if we're going to this time of day. Give it a couple, 6 weeks and the sun will be higher this time of day. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything else. You guys got anything?
Nope.
All right.
The Chiefs.
Yeah, go Chiefs. Have a great week and God bless.
Be kind.
I'm Caleb. Please like and subscribe.